round series 2-0. Byfield against McKinnon for the opening face-off on top of the Crown logo at center. McKinnon wins it, and Game 3 is underway with the Avalanche in possession. And a pass down the middle is deflected into the Kings zone. Off the wall behind the net, the Kings will force it up the far boards, looking to escape their own end. Doughty from the circle, stretched past to center. Byfield tried to backhand it deep. It was intercepted by Cale Makar. And now the Avalanche look out to center ice. Tipped in up the left wing into the Kings zone by Lehkonen. Chased down by Makar. He's checked by Doughty. Sends it behind the goal, and the Kings will take it up the near boards. Ferrier, right to left down the middle, loops it in and chases it down. Kings complete a change, and now behind the net, Moore forces a turnover in front. Loose puck, knocked out high. Center point, Clark turns and hands it to Edmondson. Cross-ice feed, shuffle to Clark. He shoots over the goal. Didn't have enough on it. Kopitar rebound off the wall, skates around the near side, toward the middle, one-timer wide, rebound in front, plucked away by Val Nichushkin, fresh off the Colorado bench. Holds onto the puck at the base of the near circle. Pressured there by Kopitar, gave it away, and then it's knocked in deep. Kopitar pokes it from Nichushkin again. And now Panarin near boards, tried to send it to the blue line. It's deflected back inside the LA line, and a foot race collected by the Avalanche. Trying to tuck it in front. Ross Colton, his first shift of the series, couldn't get it on target. And the Kings will poke it to the blue line and intercept through Edmondson. Rolls it to the near side. Clark will pick it up, and he'll retreat behind his own net.
Hey, look at that shot that Edmondson took just earlier on their shift. Shot that went wide, but boy, it boomeranged off those end boards. Big rebound. We'll see if that plays effect later in the game.
Sam Malinsky enters the zone for Colorado. Hands it off. Kadri along the wall. Steps away from Clark. Skates along the goal line. Toward the front. Lost the puck. Kings will take it away. Lawton steps out to center ice. Looks to his right. Couldn't find Kuzmenko. It was tipped away by the Avalanche defense. And then on the second effort, it's curled in deep to the Avalanche zone. Around the wall, Kings intercept left point. Armia skating in deep beneath the near corner. Lawton picks it up. Drops it behind the net. Miscommunication. There's nobody there. And it's picked off by Brett Kulak for the Avs. Big check behind the play. And now the Avalanche looking out of their own zone. Nearly turned it over. Chased down by Jared Wright. He's got it away from Malinsky. Flips it behind the net. Right wing Kings hold it in. Malatin rumbles after it. Shoulder check along the wall. Keeps the puck moving around the boards to the near side. But it's intercepted by O'Connor. He'll skate out to center ice. Crowd getting into it to open Game 3. Kings back at home for the first time since their final home game of the regular season, a 1-0 shutout victory over McDavid and the Oilers. And after that game, Anze Kopitar addressed the crowd and said that this team would be back for the first round of the playoffs. One game later in Seattle, they clinched, and here they are, back for the first round. Games 3 and 4 in Los Angeles, trying to get back in the series. Puck through the neutral zone, and Burns couldn't find it. Kings will intercept and roll it in. Ferrier after it centers for more. It's tipped away by Colorado, and then scooped up by the Avalanche. They'll slide it ahead to Nate just at the blue line, but he'll circle back into the Av zone while his line mates complete a change.
And no surprise to see a credit pace here in the first few minutes. Physicality, both teams trying to get in and play as much body as they possibly can. That should all settle down here as they settle into Game 3.
Nate just had it stripped away as he skated toward the LA line. Kings clear it to Moore, turned it over. In comes McKinnon, down the middle, had it poked away by Anderson in the slot. Gets it back, cross-ice feed, in front, tipped, diving save by Forsberg. He sticked it away at the back post. Avs keep it in, and a centering feed rolls awry to the near corner. McKinnon spinning away from Doughty. Behind the goal, through the trapezoid, McKinnon to the front, turned away by Forsberg. Rebound cleared by Doughty with one hand on his stick. Kings looking to break out. They'll loop it down the ice. Doughty chases it down by himself, shoots from distance. It's wide, and pinballs off the wall to Kopitar. Lets it go. Kempe right circle. Feeds it over to Edmondson left point. His shot blocked. Over to Clark. Right circle collection, skates in deep. The defenseman Clark behind the goal. Saucer pass to Panarin. Skates out high. Panarin toward the middle. Turns and shoots. It's blocked away. Kopitar off the end wall beneath the near circle. Feeds it out high. Clark to the middle. Center point turns and shoots. Save. And away from Kempe. Kopitar collects and rolls it around the wall. Top of the left circle. Edmondson shoots. Save. Rebound. Covered by Wedgwood with 15:45 to play in the first period of Game 3.
Well, Kings fire a couple of pucks at the net, both from a distance. Neither much of a threat at going in from there. But we all saw on the game-winning goal in overtime the other night with Colorado, a soft shot down towards the net was blocked in front of the goalie. Good things happen when you put the puck into that area. Wedgwood does a nice job getting down low, finding that puck, not allowing the Kings to be able to start whacking at it in the crease area. Kings need to get that shot volume up here early.
Scott Lawton for an ozone faceoff gets a warning, or rather just gets tossed out. So Armia will step in. Andrei Kuzmenko lined up to his left for his first game since February 25th. He had 2 assists in his last game. A loss to Vegas here at home. It's clear to the blue line and out to center ice. Kuzmenko looking for it. He'll knife it away from an oncoming forward. That was Nichushkin. Now the Kings step in. Left wing Lawton couldn't shoot. Has to curl away. Left wing Wall turns and spins it deep. Behind the net, Kuzmenko fights the puck into the near corner. Kuzmenko with a circle. Skates toward the blue line. Runs out of room. He'll turn and drop it deep. Behind the net, Lawton let it go. Around to the right wing. Ceci tries to pinch the play off in the corner, taken into the wall. Kings force it free, and right wing Wall swung out top. Dumoulin shoot save, rebound for Armia is stopped by Wedgwood with 15-12 to go.
Well, all 3 shots on goal from the Kings come from their defense, but we see one of the reasons why a guy like Kuzmenko is in the lineup. Puck possession. He's not just going to chip the puck away in the offensive zone. A good job at hanging onto the puck and then trying to get it to a teammate. That'll allow the Kings to spend more time on the attack. Hopefully he'll get into a shooting mode where he and his line mates are able to get some puck toward the net, but definitely impact so far in the first couple of shifts.
Kings defensemen have only had 8 shots in this series. They have 3 to start the game for the Kings. It's cleared out to center ice off to the D-zone face-off win by Colorado. They shoot it deep to the LAN. It's past Forsberg behind the goal, but Clark scoops it up, takes it up the far wall, got knocked over, but did enough to slide it down the ice, and then forced a turnover in the neutral zone. Clark intercepts a pass, and Edmondson will shoot it around the wall in the Avalanche zone. Tipped up the boards, picked up by the Avs. They'll skate out to center ice. Clark turning back to defend. Avalanche step in left wing Wall. And toward the blue line, Kadri tries to hand it off to the defenseman Manson. He got tangled up, knocked down. Landeskog scoops up the loose puck and swings it behind the goal. And now Nicholas Waugh, the overtime hero from Game 2, to the blue line for Landeskog. Long shot save, rebound, they score! Oh my goodness! Off the wall and kicked into the net by Anton Forsberg. There was nobody in front of the goal for Colorado, but Forsberg kicked it into his own net. And Landeskog will get the credit and give the Avs a 1-0 lead early in the first.
Yeah,
wow.
Interesting to see who they're going to give this goal to. It looks like Kadri leading the line, but Landeskog threw the puck to the net from up high. It came off the side of the net, and it looked like it hit the goaltender's skate. Kadri had his stick in there as well. Kadri led the line to the bench, so maybe his goal, but regardless, a big break for the Avalanche. They get the goal off the backboards and strike first to lead at 1-0.
Decent start for Los Angeles. What will end up being the 3rd shot of the game for Colorado was not even a shot that went on target, but instead finds its way in, unless, of course, Kadri got on the end of it. I'm not sure he did. And the Avalanche lead Game 3 by a score of 1-0. And now back underway. See how the Kings respond here. It is the first time in now 3 games in this series that a team has scored in the first period. Kings through the neutral zone. Jared Wright tried to shoot it in. It was blocked. And now it dribbles over the blue line. Wright intercepts, shoots toward the goal. Picked up, centered. Helenius shoots, and a pad save by Wedgwood. Puck behind the goal. Turned around to the far wing. Ceci pokes it in. Helenius has got it. Banked behind the net for Malott. Steps into the corner. Knocked down to the ice. Keeps playing the puck while leaning on his left shoulder. Malott to the front. Helenius shoots, a pad save. Rebound is fired off the far wall by Colorado and down the ice. And now O'Connor chases it down. Dumoulin and Ceci back to defend. Dumoulin takes O'Connor into the wall, tries to take away the space and the puck, but off the bench in comes McKinnon, forces the Kings to take it and look behind their own net.
Well, up in the offensive zone, nice shift there by the Helenius line. He had 2 pretty good opportunities, both turned aside by Wedgwood.
Now the Kings down the ice. They'll shoot it into the Colorado zone. Off the backboards. It jumped in front and covered by Wedgwood with 13:26 to play in period 1. Avalanche lead 1-0. A weird one to open it. Landeskog shot it off the end boards. It bounced in front, and Forsberg accidentally kicked it into his own net. 1-0 Avs, 13:26 to play in the first. This is the ESPN LA Kings Radio Network.
The best all-around fit for us was the Tundra. It feels phenomenal. I feel safe, drives great, has plenty of power, and is very smooth on the road. The towing capacity is around 12,000 pounds. Anywhere we've towed it, it feels like the boat's not even behind you. Whether we're on the mountain or exploring the desert, we can get through any trail and terrain. I'm Hayden Leslie, and I drive a Toyota Tundra.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Mason and Ireland, the OGs of LA sports talk.
Little known fact, Bryce Young, who went to Mater Dei, then he went to Alabama and won the Heisman Trophy, grew up listening to Mason and Ireland. I'm at a Laker game one day, and I see Bryce Young. He goes, John Ireland. I go, Bryce Young? I go, I'm surprised you know who I am. He goes, I grew up in Southern California, man. I've been listening to you for years.
That makes you feel good.
I'm a huge Laker fan. Could not have been nicer.
Mason and Ireland, weekdays at noon on 710 ESPN.
710 ESPN.
Kings trail the Avalanche 1-0 early in Game 3 of this best-of-7 first-round series. Goal for Gabriel Landeskog. Second of the series, set up by Waugh and Manson, 5:29 in, and it was a weird one. Landeskog from the blue line shot the puck wide of the goal. It banked off the boards behind the net in front, and Forsberg kicked it into his own net. So a weird one that the Avs will certainly take, and they've got a 1-0 lead with 13:26 to play in the first period. Back underway, Kings collect after an ozone draw. Like point down, he shoots it deep. Moore turns to the front, lost the puck at the top of the blue ice. It's cleared back into the LA zone by Colorado, and it is just far enough for an icing.
That's the mindset that the Kings have to have around that net. Drop the shoulder and drive to the net. They've got to be real direct in doing so. There's going to be a little contact down there. They're going to get hit. They may even run into the goaltender, but they've got to have that mindset. They've got to get some greasy goals.
Faceoff comes back in front of Scott Wedgwood, who's made a couple of big saves in this one already. Shots are 5-2 Los Angeles. Long shot, Edmondson save with the paddle by Wedgwood. Maybe a deflection on the way through it. Behind the net, Kempe. Around the wall, Clark's got it. Right point, steps to the middle. Turns and swings it to Panarin, right wing. He's chased by Devon Taves out high and then reached out and poked it away from Panarin. It's back into the neutral zone in front of the LA bench.
That's good one-on-one there by Taves. He did a great job keeping Panarin in front of him.
Kopitar, right wing, hits the brakes. Hands it to Kempe, takes it to the front. His backhand centering feed is blocked out of play by Colorado with 12:44 to go in the opening period.
Well, Kings definitely are on their toes when they're driving. They're on the attack. They're driving towards the middle of the ice, trying to get to those high danger areas. The volume that they've been able to put up has been the greatest so far in the 3 games they've played in this series. 6 shots here in the opening, just over 7 minutes.
Gabriel Landeskog's second goal of the series. He missed 7 games with an injury, came back and had 6 goals in his last 15 games overall. Add a 7th to that, going back to the regular season, and he opens the scoring. Kings have another ozone draw here for Byfield. He's tossed out, so LaFerriere will step in. Avalanche defense will shuffle with the righty forward LaFerriere stepping up to the faceoff dot. Far side to Wedgwood's left. LaFerriere battling, wins the draw. Up top, Anderson turns and shoots. It dribbles wide of the near post. Took a deflection on the way through, and now LaFerriere gets his own rebound, will drop it deep. And then taken by Moore. Fights through his check, got knocked over. Keeps the puck moving, skates to the blue line slowly, turns into the slot, shoved away by Kulak. Avalanche will take it and skate the other way. Out to center ice, left to right through the neutral zone. Malinsky lost it, and then Natchez will intercept. And leave it back to McKinnon in the Avalanche zone. Avs in the road white jerseys, the burgundy shoulder striping, and the blue pants into the offensive zone. Kings donning the home white jerseys. Black and silver striping, moving from right to left and down the ice. Moore with a stretch pass, receives it and steps into the zone. Buys some time for his teammates to change and will swing the puck behind Wedgwood's goal and go back to the bench himself.
A good job in the defensive zone by Byfield, one-on-one with McKinnon, sealing him on the boards. That allowed the Kings to break the puck out to Trevor Moore up the middle of the ice.
He's to the blue line, held in by Manson, turns and shoots, fanned on it, poked away. Kings flip it out of the zone. Lawton chases it down, gets the puck in front of Landeskog. Armia tried to send it up the far wall, it was blocked. Kings will retreat back to their own end. Ceci over to Dumoulin, and now Brian Dumoulin stretch pass down the ice. Off the bench, Hellenius will poke it in, once then twice, and then turned it over in the corner. Avalanche will take over and look down the ice. Over the red line, it's fired in deep by Manson. Clockwise around the wall, and Landeskog collects. Bumped into the board. Ceci came crashing in, got checked by Waugh, and now Landeskog to the blue line. Taves to the middle. Makar shoots. Saved by Forsberg, no rebound. with 11:03 to play in the period. And now Kadri knocked over by Hellenius and then gave a cross-check to Hellenius' shins.
Now that's where you want to have Makar shooting the puck from. Way out straight away, just inside the blue line. The Kings did a nice job keeping the front of the net clear. That allowed Forsberg to be able to pick the puck up on the release. He was able to make the save. This Avalanche defense, very active. 233 points combined by their defense this year. #1 in the NHL.
And we talked about the lack of shots from the Kings defense through games 1 and 2, only 8. The Avalanche Blue Liners had 25 shots through games 1 and 2. And seemingly everybody has found their way onto the score sheet through the 82-game regular season. Manson's got 2 assists in this series. It's been the last 2 goals for the Avs. The opener here, and the game winner in overtime on Tuesday in Denver. Kings turn it over in their own zone after a clean face-off win. And now to the middle into the slot, a wrister over the goal from Natchez. Doughty knocked it away. Leaves it behind the net. It's off of Anderson's stick to the near wall. Then he'll curl it down the ice, past Makar. It's an icing against LA, and that all comes from turning it over after winning a face-off in their own end.
And that's happened a couple of times in the series where the Avalanche have been able to take advantage of that. Kings win, draws, and then all of a sudden, the Avalanche have a pretty good opportunity. On this past shift here, just prior to the icing, we saw Natchez get himself into that slot area. Coming off his first 100-point season in the National Hockey League, Natchez had a little bit of time and space, tried to go upstairs, blocker side. Forsberg out to challenge a shot. Shot was just off the mark.
Lehkonen wins the draw. Blue line, long shot blocked in front by the Kings. It's back to the blue line, and Laferriere turns out to center. Cross-ice feet too much on the pass to Byfield. He will collect to the Avs line and loop it in. Behind the Avalanche net, Makar will slow it down and hand the puck off to McKinnon. He'll dash toward his own line before leaving it to the trailer Makar, and down the middle over the logo at center. Looks to the near glass and fires it counterclockwise around the wall in the LA end. Downey looking out from behind his own net will curl back. Away from Landeskog. Avalanche will change new Kings forwards out as well, as Panarin will skate into the offensive zone. Hits the brakes near hash marks. Along the wall, turns and swung it to the front. Loose puck kicked away. And now the Avalanche out to center ice. Right wing O'Connor. He skates in. O'Connor shoots well wide left. Rebound up the wall. Kelly couldn't find it. He lost an edge. Puck back behind the goal for O'Connor. He scored the winner in game 1. Back to the blue line, and then a shot from there for Kulak. Blocked in front. Loose puck backhander. Deflected away by the Kings. Panarin couldn't clear. Right point Malinsky. The young defenseman has his shot blocked. Kings taken away. Look down the ice. Kopitar was behind the defense. They could not get it to him. Instead, it's an icing against LA with 9:37 to go.
Yeah, unfortunate play there. A little bit of time, and again, this is where you have to have your head on a swivel at all times. You've got to know where your teammates are. If a possible play comes where there's a breakdown, you've got to be able to counter and go right after it. Kings tried to right there. They weren't able to make a clean pass. The result, icing coming back, face-off deep in the Kings zone to the right of Forsberg.
Kopitar for the draw against Brock Nelson. Dueling number 11s, and Nelson wins it too easily. So I'm going to get a whistle, and we'll do it again.
Now, first game of the series, Nelson really struggled in the face-off circle. He only won 32% of his draws, where Kopitar, he won 2/3 of his.
Kopitar and Nelson again, and Kopitar wins it. LA captain really good down the stretch. Over 60% to end the regular season over his final 10 games. Kings turned it over while entering the offensive zone. It's cleared back inside the LA line, and Dumoulin and Ceci will regroup as the LA forwards change. Down the middle, stretch passes tipped in by Kuzmenko. Armia will chase it down. Brent Burns gets there first and curls the puck around to the near circle. Forced to up the wall, rolling toward the middle. The Avalanche will scoop it up. Slide it into the LA end, cut off by Ceci. He ducked under a check from Nelson, slid it out to center ice. And now a stretch pass for the Avalanche, tipped into the Kings zone. Ceci and Dumoulin are back to get it as Colorado will change personnel. Dumoulin. Bank pass up the near wall. Guided in deep by Jeff Malott, fresh off the LA bench. Around the net, and Hellenius at the hash marks. Slowed down for Malott. Out high, long shot. Tipped just wide left. Maybe off the goaltender, Wedgwood. Kings force a turnover. Swung behind the goal. Malott battling for it near corner. Away from Landeskog behind the net. Malott still fighting. Around to the right circle. He lost the puck. And now skating out to center ice, Waugh. Lifts it over the LA line, trying to chase it down. Slowed down by Edmondson, and Clark will get there first. And Edmondson receives the drop pass, shoots it around the wall. Kings out to center ice. Poked into the offensive zone by Jared Wright. No icing, and the Kings will change.
No pressure. Everybody making the line change at the same time. Like to see the Kings leave one guy on for the forecheck. That'll allow Colorado a tougher time breaking out.
Byfield rumbles in. Byfield shoots. Saved by Wedgwood. The puck bobbled off of his glove and into his chest. He throws it with 8:02 remaining in the first period. Colorado leads 1-0 on the second goal of the series for Gabriel Landeskog. We're back with more in Game 3 of the Stanley Cup playoffs on the ESPN LA Kings Radio Network.
Your mornings just got a whole lot louder.
Two massive LA radio superstars.
Sedano and Cap have taken over Morning Drive on 710 ESPN, the all-new ESPN LA app, and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
I'm a great tipper. Cappy's the one that never tips. He's the one that's always complaining. Why is everything got to be a tip? I tip all those mother bleepers.
Don't just listen. Watch, stream, and connect across every platform.
Not a radio station, but a multi-platform operation. Okay?
Yeah, get him, George.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show, 7 to 9 a.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
And 9 to 10 a.m. for the YouTube-only hour.
The freaking curtains open, we bust out through them, and we hit the airwaves.
Because weekday mornings in LA belong to Sedano and Cap.
Kings fans, what's going on? It's Sam Boney here. Sam Batesh joining you after every single Kings game. I hope you're enjoying play-by-play with Josh Schaefer and Daryl Evans, but right after this game, it's your chance to check in with us. Give us your opinion about the game, about the season, the Kopi Tour. Sam Boney's right here for you after every single game on Kings Talk, right here on ESPN LA, your home for Kings hockey.
710 ESPN.
Now's the time to secure an LA Kings ticket membership for the 2026-27 season. Act now to get discounts, save on additional fees, and get priority access to playoffs. For more info, visit lakings.com/memberships. 1-0 Colorado, a weird goal for the Avs to open the scoring, but a goal for Gabriel Landeskog nevertheless. Daryl, what do you make of this one so far?
Well, the Kings have come out of the gate real strong. They're getting in on the forecheck. They're filtering pucks towards the net. Out shooting Colorado 7-4. They have maybe not been rewarded for the pucks they've thrown at the net, but a great example of what Colorado did on their goal. Simple play, throw the puck down low, and you get themselves a bounce. Kings definitely are looking for a bounce. They've worked hard enough to get one. They just haven't had that puck luck yet.
They've had a couple of deflected pucks that have dribbled just wide of the Avalanche goal. The Avs try to step in, and a centering pass intercepted by the Kings. Dropped around the wall by Byfield, and Anderson sent it out to center ice. And now up the right wing, LaFerriere in deep, shoots over the goal, kicks to the blue line. Byfield to the left point, holds it in. Shoots it into the corner, knocked away. Byfield drops it back to the blue line. Anderson, shot blocked. LaFerriere shoots, blocked out of play behind the goal with 7:35 to go.
A nice job by the Avalanche coming out and challenging that rebound, that block shot. LaFerriere came right to him in the slot. He tried to throw it right back in the net quickly. Makar, along with a couple of other Avalanche players, they closed quickly on that puck.
Kings will change personnel for the ozone draw. They'll send out Kopitar, Kempe, Panarin. The three forwards along with Clark and Edmondson, the D pair. This is the 5 we've seen for the Kings for ozone faceoffs, seemingly 90% of the time the last 3 weeks. Kopitar wins the draw, and Clark shoots it deep. Behind the goal, Panarin. It jumped off his stick. Kopitar collects, gives it back to Panarin, and up the near wall, Edmondson shoots wide left. Maybe blockered away by the goaltender, Wedgwood. Clark holds it in. It deflects out high, swats it into the zone. Kings are called for a hand pass.
Not a bad play there by Clark because he had dropped his stick. So if he doesn't make the hand pass, chances of defending against an Avalanche forward coming at him full speed are going to be a little bit more difficult. Put him in a position where he's vulnerable to take a penalty. So good decision there by the youngster.
Yeah, hey, you take a hand pass and the face-off comes out of the zone, or you swat it with your hand. It goes off of an Avalanche player and the Kings regain possession.
Yep. Only good things can happen from what he did there.
Neutralized face-off. It fell between the skates of Landeskog. Back to the Avalanche zone. And now Waugh out to center ice. Rolled it to the middle. Kulak steps in. Drops it to Kadri, but it was behind him at the blue line. Forced out to center ice, and now Malinsky retreats. What an ad Sam Milensky has been these last couple of seasons for Colorado, young defenseman out of Cornell. Jared Bednar was asked the other day why the team has been so successful finding these college free agents whenever they wrap up their NCAA season. And he says, well, it's credit to the coaching staff and the scouts and the development coaches, but also we got to take flyers on some college free agents when you trade away all your picks to add other assets. Kings step in over to Panarin. Stretch pass is deflected away out to center ice. And now taken away, Kadri in right circle toward the middle. A backhander, Fandon, taken away by the Kings. And then a couple of guys go crashing into the Kings net, dislodging it with 6:27 remaining.
Yeah, Kings dodge a bullet right there. A 2-on-1 coming back and unable to make a clean play at the net. They got the pass. Kadri lifted it over to the fender. He got it across. And on the other side, Kelly just wasn't able to handle the puck clean. And even with the miscue, it almost bounced in. On that particular shift, the Kings up front, they had Kuzmenko and Panarin both out there together, along with Lawton up the middle.
So that is something that I'm not sure people expected to see. Put two crafty offensive players together and see what happens. Kuzmenko has not played since February 25th. DJ Smith had told us that it's been tough for Kuzmenko because he'd been out for so long. And then once he joined the team in the playoffs, he'd only had really one 20-minute practice with the group before he comes back in to play tonight.
And that's what we see again here for this shift is both Panarin and Kuzmenko on the wings with Lawton against the McKinnon line.
McKinnon wins the draw on right wing. Makar skates in deep, tried to center. It's blocked and covered by Forsberg at the near post.
Yeah, we'll see whether or not that DJ Smith allows that trio to stay on the ice. No, it looks like Byfield's going to come out. His entire line will step up over the board. So a little surprised that DJ Smith put them on the defensive zone for that faceoff. Not surprised that they put him at the offensive end because of the skill set that the two wingers have. But give him a little bit of a chance defensively. No harm from it, and the lines will change.
Byfield against McKinnon here to Forsberg's left and wins the draw. Doughty beneath the near circle. Instead of dropping it back, he spins up the wall. Nice move. Hands it to Byfield up the left wing. The pass to Moore was blocked and sent back to Anderson at the Allied blue line. Doughty swings it ahead. Tipped by the Kings. Intercepted by the Avalanche, and Taves clears it out to center ice. And then dropped back to Makar. He and Taves will recalibrate in the Avalanche zone, leading 1-0. 6 minutes to play in the first. They shoot the puck clockwise around the wall in the Kings zone. Icing waved off. It's behind the goal, and Byfield will scoop it up and stride behind the Kings net and look out to center ice. Now he will turn away. Rolls it across to Doughty. Avalanche will change. Now Byfield right to left into the zone. Byfield shoots wide left. He whistled a wrister wide of the goal. Moore bumped down to the ice in the corner. Tries to keep it moving. And up the wall to Ferrier. Runs it into Chushkin. And then Moore comes over. He'll send it behind the net. Samuel Hellenius has got it. Bumped by Josh Manson. Tries to skate behind the goal. Knocked off his stick. Penalty upcoming against Colorado. And touched up by the Avalanche. Kings going to go to the power play with 5:16 remaining in period one.
Oh, good shift out there by that group. I like the way Byfield made his way up the ice. He had the puck initially, started skating out, dropped it to the defender, and then came back underneath the play. So when he got the return feed, Colorado had just made a line change. He had all kinds of speed. They couldn't touch him. He got inside the line, put a shot off the mark, but that led to offensive zone time and the penalty to Manson.
We'll take a break. Manson to the penalty box. Kings to the power play, trailing 1-0. 5:16 remaining in the first period of Game 3 on the ESPN LA Kings Radio Network.
Mason and Ireland, the OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Cream soda is delicious.
Every day.
You know what's especially good as cream soda?
You can't give me a cream soda. I say, give me some Shanka. Cream soda or Shanka every night here at the home.
Cream soda is delicious. By the way, it's in the freestyle machine at AMC.
What does the freestyle machine mean?
Okay, but so is caffeine-free, like root beer. Okay. And so is Diet Coke caffeine-free.
It's contemporary.
I don't think
cream soda is contemporary.
I don't think that's a contemporary drink.
And all people drink Mace. It's okay, though.
It's delicious.
You know what goes good with the cream soda is cream of wheat.
Yeah, exactly.
Mason and Ireland, weekdays at noon on 710 ESPN, the all-new ESPN LA app, and live on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
Starting a yard project soon? Before you dig, remember that utility lines might be just below the surface. The average shovel strike travels over 30 miles per hour with over 200 pounds of force, powerful enough to break underground utility lines, which homeowners could be responsible to pay for. Always call 811 before you dig to stay safe, avoid fines or outages. For more information, visit SoCalGas.com/811. SoCal Gas is responsible for marking natural gas pipelines up to the gas meter.
710 ESPN.
Avalanche lead game 3, 1-0. They lead the series 2-0. But with 5:16 remaining in the first period, Josh Manson is off to the penalty box for cross-checking, and LA goes to the first power play of the game for either side. Kopitar near circle.